There we go. I think this is good. Okay, let's try. Let's try. It's been a while. It's been a while. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. Sometimes at 9, sometimes at 11. Sometimes we gotta know what's happening. Of course, you did see what did happen. The big flush, the big dump just arrived. It was very nice. It was very nice. The volume was actually quite huge. Volume was actually very, very big. And if you look at Ethereum, Ethereum dumped in 1 hour, this 1 hourly time frame, 24%. Imagine that. 25% dump in 1 hour. I mean, if there was any kind of long positions, everything is wrecked, guys. Everything is wrecked. So we had a big flush of the long positions. Everybody got liquidated. Everybody got out. The weak hands, the paper hands, they got, they got scared and they sold. So everybody sold, guys. Everybody sold. There is nobody else who's holding Bitcoin and altcoins right now. Everybody thinks, this is over. Pretty much, maximum pain right now. Pretty much, blood on the streets. How you guys doing? Been a while since we did the Bitcoin Daily. Hope you're doing well. The joy of tariffs. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. Let's go, Bobber Skywalk. How you doing, man? Robert, we don't care about you. I need my plushie to get me through the flush. Man, dude, this guy is so late. Always late to buy, late to sell, late to stream. That's just me. You see my channel. You see much. Michael's in the chat. How you doing, Michael? What's up? Now the big question is, as you see in the poll, is it done? Maybe it's done. And maybe it's 1929. Maybe it's the big depression. Maybe it's the one thing that's gonna push the the prices down to zero. We don't know. We don't know. Right now, 75% think that 75% out of 12 people, 9 people think that this is 1929. This is it. We are gonna go more down. Only 20% still keeps hope. So I actually like that. It tells me that it's a very good probability that we are done with the dump and everything's gonna be fine. Now, the question is how it's gonna play out, what's happening and stuff like that. As you know, everybody blames this dump on tariffs. Donald Trump added a lot of tariffs to a lot of nations. And it is true what they say. It is gonna get more expensive, goods are gonna get more expensive for, normal people. Because that's how tariffs works, right? So if you get some kind of, toy from China that costs 10 bucks. And you put 50% tariffs on that, right now it's called, 15 bucks. So that somebody has to take that difference, and that's the cost consumers, right? So stuff is gonna get more expensive in the USA, that's for sure. But the buy effect, or the other effect that people are not talking about, is that now that since it's so expensive to buy stuff from China and Thailand and Vietnam and all of the place, I don't, there is no tariffs on Thailand and Vietnam, but since it's more expensive to buy, the industry in the US is gonna be booming, creating more jobs and stuff like that, because now they can actually compete versus the other prices. So there is that. Now that said, is this gonna go on forever because of tariffs? Nah, it is in initial fear. People are dumping, everything goes down. People, tariffs, stuff is good, bad, Also, the dollar is going towards upside. The dollar, pumped over here, as you see up here, it had a big pump towards upside. It's just exploding towards upside over here. Managed to get above the resistance level over here. So the dollar is going up. Norwegian crown is going down. I was actually looking at Norwegian crown. It's kind of just crap. It's going down. So the dollar is actually getting, because of the tariffs, the dollar is actually getting strengthened. Everything is dumping. And the question is this done? And I think it's done, because how much fear can you have when it comes to tariffs, right? How long can this persist? And I think it's gonna last for maybe a week's time, maybe even shorter than that, maybe just a day or 2 times before we recover and everything's fine again. Before we recover, Bitcoin dominance also exploded towards upside. There was some kind of channel up here. You can see up here we had a big explosion in Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dumped down 3%, altcoins dumped down like 20%. Ethereum was down actually 46%. Let me show you on Ethereum, guys. Let me show you Ethereum. Let me go to the daily time frame on Ethereum, right? So on hourly time frame, if you look at hourly time frame, we dumped 24% in 1 hour. But on the daily time frame, it was 26%. Last 2 days, 30%. From the top, it was 48%. Okay, I was measuring from the top. But this dump over here in the last couple of days, I mean, it's quite, especially up here from the top all the way to the bottom. It was almost 40% dump. So the way I see it right now, a lot of people are out of the market and stuff like that. So, you know, right now, if you want to go towards upside, we can just go towards upside. I watch all kind of analysis from macro to cycles to Fib and Elliott phase, and I'll tell you guys, it's playing out as usual. Bitcoin can go to even 70 and eat to 1,000 and will still be okay for consolidation. Let me show you something that I posted in the chat. Maybe you haven't seen that. Where did I post that? Not so long ago. A little bit up here. Let me just find quickly over here. This one. Here we go. Copy. This is from 2021, just before everything exploded towards upside, right? So this is January 2nd, 2021, 4th, 20, you know, there is no alt season. That cat bounce for alts, you know, it seems there will be no alt season this year. Bitcoin is doubling in price with no alt season, you know, people are pretty bearish, strategic move, and I agree, no alt season, you know, what if I told there is no alt season? Everybody was, you know, it is like last time, like people think there is no alt season, altcoins are never gonna pump up, you know, altcoins are pretty much dead, Bitcoin is over, bull market is over, we getting tariffs, whatever, right? It's always right up here, right before we actually explode, the stuff actually, you know, looks the grimmest, right? So let's go to January 2021 over here, right? 2021 February over here, January. Where is January the 2nd up here? It's all the way up here, right? 7, 3, 2, right over here. You know, it went a little bit up here, and you know, right over here on Ethereum, just before it exploded, people are telling us that there is no alt season, everything looks bad. Maybe we are a little bit more down on the downside over here, but you know, we still maybe on some kind of over here right now, but you know, people are still believing that there is no alt season. If you look at a Bitcoin over here, let's go to Bitcoin over here a little bit. Where is the 2nd 2021? Right over here. So right over here, right? Bitcoin exploded towards upside. And the 2nd January is right over here, right? The 2nd January is right over here, right? So Bitcoin exploded towards upside. It went you know, all-time high over here, and people still believe there is no alt season because, you know, Bitcoin is up almost, you know, double in price. Altcoins are not moving. Everything looks dead, and you know, because altcoins only, you know, altcoins pump us only at the very, very top when we get to the top. They don't pump down here. Like over here, Bitcoin goes first, and everything, you know, comes later. But the psychological cycle is the same. People become very bearish. They lose all hope on, you know, they lose all hope. They think this is pretty much over, and it's only then that stuff reverses. And right now we have this big flush, 40% down in a couple of days on Ethereum. Bitcoin down to 93%, sorry, 93 or 92k. It's only then when their fear is the worst that something changes, right? So we are waiting for the change right now. Perfect sell top. Next 2 years only down as usual. Almost 2 years of upside. Yeah, I don't know about that. But Fed needs to lower interest rates in February, March for that to happen. I hope they find a reason like unemployment or weakening economy to do that. I don't know how that's gonna play out. The only problem keeps to have too many coins to dilute the market every day. Appear newcomers. Yeah, but you don't understand. There are actually not many coins. There are a lot of shit coins, a lot of meme coins. I mean, these coins get printed every single day. They don't mean that, you know, the projects are actually getting that much increased. I mean, there is definitely, you know, project increase a little bit over time, but legit good projects and stuff like that, they're not that many. They're not that many. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin over here and what's actually happening. There was one thing more that I want to mention. Nah, forget about it. So over here you're gonna see my lines, and the last couple of days I've been watching this channel towards downside, this small channel towards downside. You can see how nicely this has actually played out all the way through. And it's been going over here zigzagging. I was expecting this move down. I just wasn't sure how big the move is gonna be. It's gonna be all the way to the bottom, but oftentimes I was looking for this part over here. When you actually get out of the channel, this over here is called capitulation move. You get out, you know, over here, and the bad part would be if we just went to retest and, you know, start continuing towards downside. Now this over here would be a bad part. The fact that we had a capitulation move over here, right back inside the channel, and right now we just slowly, you know, zigzagging up here, trying to climb, get out of the channel. This is actually very, very good. Now the dump is not yet done. It was actually quite heavy dump, but the way I see it is not quite done just yet. This can play out two ways. This can just get out of the channel, which would be very, very nice. The other part up here is we go down here again to retest these local bottoms over here towards downside, and then get towards the upside up here eventually after that. And then I would say, you know, the dump is done. Right now the dump is not done over here. This might be, you know, looking like some kind of bouncing dead cat bounce. Bouncing back, bouncing cat. That cat bounce over here towards upside, because over here you'll see this very, very nice resistance level up here. This is a channel, bigger channel. If you zoom out a little bit over here, you'll see that this over here, this channel up here that was started going towards downside up here, over here flushed right below that. So we had a big flush over here towards downside, and right now entire this part over here on the move towards downside. Right now we're trying to recover from that over here. You'll also see that right now it is recovering very, very nicely over here, but it is just below this level of resistance right now, because this was previously support. We broke this support, we flushed through, you know, through the channel, through the big channel over here towards downside, and right now we're trying to get back in you know, above that level. So I won't say that the dump is done just yet, because it can do another move towards downside before it actually goes. But overall, I still believe that this was over here capitulation move, and right now after any kind of capitulation move, you can have actually a lot more movements towards upside, because a lot of liquidations has happened. You know, a lot of what are you gonna say? A lot of people have sold. The panic has already been there. The question is right now, you know, because when you already have the panic, and when everybody's already bearish, and when everybody already think is done, you know, can it get worse? Like, how much worse can you get than dumping down on Ethereum 40% in a week's time? Whatever that is, a little bit more than today is Monday, so you know it goes from over here all the way to top, like 40%, right? How much more bearish can it get? How much worse can it get than dumping down 40% already? And if you look at altcoins are down like you know a ton towards downside. This is I don't know what this is. This is Anchor is down 30%. Like it's down to these lows down here, back down to the lows again, right? And you know, the question is how much lower can you get, right? How much? I mean, you could definitely get even lower, but at one point the panic people who panic sold and they don't have anything left to sell, people who got you know, liquidated, got, you know, margin called, they are out of the market. So if there are no, you know, people to liquidate, if there are no people to sell, the only way price can go is up. The only way price can go is up, right? So that's what we're looking for. Right now we're looking, Bitcoin is not actually down that much. I mean, look at daily time frame up here. It dumped down big time, but it's recovered very, very nicely. On the weekly time frame, we're still holding the support levels and everything looks nice and dandy, right? We're just picking up. Now, the most bullish thing I'm gonna show you right now is if you go to the monthly time frame, and the monthly time frame up here doesn't have any kind of wick on the upside. Now, this is only like third day of February, and we don't have any kind of wick, right? And there's a very good chance for this monthly candle, you know, continues towards the upside up here. If you look over here, this can happen that you don't have any kind of wick over here just before you go towards downside, maybe a little bit weak towards upside or anything like that. But normally you do have to have, like over here, this was a, you know, a little bit different time. This is all the way back down in 2014. So that, but you know, even up here, the wicks were kind of the same size over here. But right now we don't actually have any kind of wick. Let me go over here to the weekly time frame. Like over here we had a big wick towards upside over here, but over here there is like no wick whatsoever. This just started going towards downside. And if you look over here, like we are still holding the support level. Everything looks nice and dandy. Like if you zoom out, everything looks nice and dandy, right? Where is it? Over here. Everything, like if you zoom out, everything looks nice and dandy. All you have to do is zoom out. Hello, glad to catch a stream. Matush, how you doing, man? Let's check out the Super Bowl Sunday, then Moon. There is a Super Bowl right now. Nice, very, very nice. Very nice. So we just have to zoom out to see that everything is nice and dandy. So far, so good. It is only third day of the February. And I think the flush is done. I mean, that's my professional opinion. The flush is done right now. We're looking to go and move higher up here. Let me just go a little bit back over here so I can't. There we go. There we go. Back to the chart over here. And let's look a little bit on the indicators down here. We're gonna go to the 4-hourly indicator, and what you're gonna see over here that on the 4-hourly we also are overextended towards downside over here a little bit. We are overextended right now. We went all the way on the 4-hourly. We went all the way down at 19, which is actually very, very low over here on these bottoms. So oftentimes when you have some kind of flushes, you have to recover a little bit up here towards upside. So this over here looks very nice for recovery, but oftentimes when you have these, you know, flushes, you do tend to recover a little bit towards upside. And these are very, very over here. You know, it went up here, consolidated, but the RSI has to recover a little bit. So whether it recovers while it goes sideways or towards upside, we don't know just yet, but it has to recover. So the way we're looking at RSI right now is that we are looking for recovery, and the recovery, best case scenario for the recovery is just like I explained to you right now, is getting out of this channel towards upside up here eventually. It could go down up here again, do another bottom up here before it goes up over here. That's also very probable, but we are very, very low on the RSI, and the recovery up here I think should come hopefully towards the upside. Hopefully towards the upside. Can we go over here again and then flash towards downside over here? We can, and that would be actually very bad. So I'm hoping we don't actually do that. Wreck town in the wrecked city. Nah, we good, man. We good. All is good and dandy. All is good and dandy. Let's go to the daily time frame up here. We're right now sitting at 38.40 on the RSI up here. This is the only thing that's actually scaring me a little bit right now, because oftentimes if we I mean, ever since over here we actually went down to these 30 levels, this maximum here, 30 levels, before we actually did another move towards upside. So are we gonna push this all the way down to 30 levels? I don't know, and this is the only thing that's scaring me right now when it comes to the RSI. Now, considering that we are, you know, way high over here at the top, I'm not looking at actually 30 RSI. I'm actually looking over here at these levels over here at you know, 40 levels will hold, but nothing is set in stone, and there is that. We don't have any kind of overextensions towards downside over here. I mean, there are a little bit overextension, but not that much. On the 4-hourly we had extreme overextensions. This let me just zoom in a little over here. Over here we had actually extreme overextensions. These overextensions up here don't happen that often. Towards downside over here we had a big dump over here towards downside over here in August, when everybody got, you know, very scared. That a flush towards downside. You can see a flush up here, you know, waterfall down, and then recovered it towards the upside up there again. And right now we had these overextensions. So we had this capitulation there, which I consider a capitulation move. We went down. Right now we're trying to recover, and right now it can come, you know, this part where we zigzag, maybe even go a little bit more down before we actually go towards the upside. But it takes a little bit time before people understand that, you know, tariffs, you know, they're here to stay, this and that. But I don't think that's gonna have a big effect, because you cannot continue with panic for, you know, 1 month's time. You know, panic less, you know, it's immediate, it's fast, it's flush, and it's done. Full moon on the 12th will pull up the market. Look! With the moons. Yes. The moon will, you know, pump the market. So we still, you know, you know, look up to Selena and the moon and waiting for the big moves towards the upside. Waiting for the big move. Waiting for the big move towards the upside. But everything is fine. The way I see it, everything is fine. It looks bad, but it's fine, because it is still 1 year left of the bull market. And over here, can we do another chart? And you know, the 4-year cycle ends in up here in 2026 over here. Could this be the top over here towards the upside? I mean, technically it could be at the top, right? Very nice line up here. There we go. Is this the top, guys? Nah. I think you know, it's even possible to go down below, you know, below 90,000 all the way down to 73,000, because this would be you know, liquidity grab and move towards upside. But I don't think that's gonna happen this time around, because oftentimes you do that, right? You create some kind of, you know, liquidity area over here, and then you go into that liquidity area, and then you go towards upside, right? But right now we don't need that liquidity area. We can just actually go towards upside over here because we are so high towards upside, right? Because at one point you get so high towards upside, you don't get into that liquidity area on the downside. You don't get into the liquidity area on the downside. You just continue going towards upside. So it looks good. Kamala Shudo. Yeah, now you regret. But there is light somewhere, right? Optimus Prime, it's in green. Guys, Optimus Prime is 0.3% in green. After being down, you know, 30%, it's already recovered, and it's right now 0%, you know, almost 0.5% up in green. Look at that. It dumped, and right now it's recovering big time, right? We gotta add, I did see Kava. Where is Kava? Kava was up 10% today. There you go. Kava is up 15% today. Kava didn't actually have any dump over here whatsoever. Kava just had a, you know, pullback, and right now Kava looks actually very, very strong right now, considering that everything dumped like 20-30%, and Kava is up 15%. And now everybody is looking at Kava, only one in green, everything else is down like 10-20%. And I think people are gonna, you know, right now gonna FOMO into Kava for whatever reason, right? Because it just looks so strong. Yeah, you know, Kava looks just so strong. I mean, how likely is that, you know, some, you know, random Kava coin, altcoin suddenly, you know, pumps 15% when everything is down like 15-20%. Want retail out of XRP soon. XRP is also down, but it, you know, XRP, look at XRP, man. Look at XRP recovery, man. Let's go to 4-hourly time frame up here. Daily, where is daily? Look at XRP, man. XRP dumped 30%, and it already recovered from that that like 34% towards upside. Polyhedra is also pretty stable. Polyhedra. Oh, this is on stocks. Polyhedra network. Okay. I mean, this is some next level chart. I don't know what this is, man. Amygdala is for opinion Cardano. Cardano is looking I was scared. Down 11%. I've been looking at this channel for a while over here. The big channel, not the yellow channel. This bigger channel towards downside. You see up here we had this flush towards downside. I think you can even make the line up here. So if you take this line over here and we pull it all the way down over here, yeah. So we had a big flush, but we are still inside the channel. So this over here, this you know, flagging channel towards downside, it just came down to the bottom. Right now it's recovering. I was also, you know, when it started doing these double tops over here, I was looking at this channel up over here towards downside. I saw that we broke down through the channel. There was a rejection up here, and I was thinking we're gonna go down. I did not believe that we're gonna dump down 30-40%, guys. Okay, I did not know that you know, everything's gonna dump down 34. How much did this actually dump from the top over here? 50%. I did not know that we were gonna have 50. I was thinking we're gonna go, you know, down a little bit and, you know, down some, you know, levels, but, you know, this kind of dump, nah, did not see that. But that said, it looks fine. So far it looks fine. It dumped down big time, but right now I'm looking for a recovery over here and consolidation. We are still inside the channel technically over here. See, 4-hour even closed above the channel. So we are still looking at recovery towards upside. What's your opinion? Will we revisit the dump lows or only up for now? When it comes to Bitcoin, there is a very good chance to revisit the lows, but not all the way down to lows. The way I'm looking at, you know, revisiting down over here, because over here we have a major resistance level. So I'm looking that if we're gonna go down, we might revisit these lows over here. These lows, but I'm a little bit unsure whether we're gonna revisit these lows at 91 or anything like that. But there is a good chance that we do this move and then go towards upside, maybe some kind of, you know, spring or anything like that. But I'm still looking, you know, majorly towards upside, regardless of how this plays out over here. This part. Gotta go. Good luck, guys. Luke, thank you for stopping by. Anyways, guys, that was just a quick update. I don't really actually have that much to say about crypto right now. It is boring. Altcoins are down. If you have money, you know, not a financial advice, but there are a lot of cheap coins right now all over the place. Leo is also up right now. Bitfinex Leo has same chart as like that poly whatever that was. This Bitfinex chart. And we got some kind of big dumpers that haven't recovered that well either. KDI minus 10%, VeChain minus 10% still, XRD minus 11%. Let me see up here. DYDX down 15%. Bencoin says that in March we might have end of QT and reversal altcoin season. Yeah, let's listen to Bencoin. By the way, guys, Bitcoin dominance exploded up here towards the upside. It went all the way up to 64%, and there is a good reason for why we should go up to 70% when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. Even if Bitcoin starts climbing, altcoins might climb very fast with it. So you might see Bitcoin dominance at 71%. But over here, this channel up here broke towards upside, or is trying to break towards upside, and you can see up here it is breaking up here. This last part, it is breaking up here above that. So there is a very good chance right now that this might actually continue towards upside. It does look very strong. Bitcoin dominance looks strong, so Bitcoin is still the king. People are having no faith, zero faith in altcoins. And the only way they're gonna have faith in altcoins is if they see, you know, altcoins climbing and stuff like that. So it's gonna take a while. So the way I see it right now when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin is gonna continue going towards upside. Bitcoin dominance is gonna continue going towards upside. But whether Bitcoin goes up or down, you know, the dominance will still go in the same direction. The channel up here, the big channel, there was actually two channels over here. It goes something like this. There we go. We just dumped down to the support levels. Everything dumped down to the support levels. Right now bouncing. Major fear in the markets. The question is, are you affected by the fear? Do you believe the FUD? You know, I read a lot of news. Yesterday, do you know, it was very interesting. Yesterday, everybody, my newspaper in Norway were like, Trump, you know, have the most stupid, you know, trade war ever. You know, they were blaming Trump for calling how stupid the thing is doing right now. And today is like, oh, maybe we underestimated the Trump. Now, I think Trump, you gotta understand, Trump is a big businessman. So, you know, maybe he's not really good with politics, but when it comes to business, he's good. So everything he's doing right now, you know, he looks, you know, 2-3 steps after that, what's he gonna do next, right? So he just wants, you know, jobs to rise. He wants, you know, economy to get better. So I understand him a little bit, but you know, how the tariffs is gonna work out, I don't know. But I know that you know, the fear cannot last for a very long time. It lasts for a day, 2 days. After 1 week, and you know, tariffs are still there. People don't care. You know, after 2 weeks, like they're like, yeah, what's next? And then suddenly, out of nowhere, something nice happens, and everything pumps like, you know, 50%. It's a big possibility. I lost everything. I was in leverage position holding from 1 year of Polygon, ADA, and NIR. Oh man, yeah. If you're holding leverage, it's really bad because you know stuff like this can happen. You know, stuff can immediately, like Ethereum, like one of the biggest coins, dumps down 50% in 1 day. It's not 1 day, in a couple of days. Like people get wrecked. People get directly leverage. If you want to hodl, you gotta do it on spot, because regardless if it goes down to 0.0001 and it's down 99.999%, there's still chance that it can recover because you still hold those coins. Hodling leverage coins over a long period of time can mess you up. Don't sell and you do not lose anything. I lost everything. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, he got liquidated. I'm sorry, Esa, but you know, you're gonna recover. Been there, done that, got liquidated, lost a whole bunch of money. I recovered and I'm okay. You know, we live to see another day. You know, as long as we live to see another day, you know, we can figure out how we're gonna recover and, you know, do the stupid thing again. This is why sport is best. Spot. Sorry for your loss. Did this flush reset all indicators? It did reset a lot, and stuff pulled back a lot. So the way I see it right now, we are no longer in any kind of, you know, bullish scenario. When it comes to indicators, so that means that we are looking for longs. Thank you. Am I the only one feeling bullish? Nah, you're not the only one, man. Bitcoin is still at 95. Why people talk about bear market? Because altcoins. This is also the thing. Bitcoin is still at 90 right now. Bitcoin sitting at 95k. It was at 100k, 106k, you know, 2 days ago. You know, and people have very short spans. They but because they're not looking actually at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 2-3%, which is not actually that much. It was a bit flash. I mean, from the top up here, it's down you know, 14% towards these bottoms over here, but it's not actually that much. A reason most people, and I wouldn't say retail, but I would say, you know, crypto guys are right now very afraid because of altcoins, not because of Bitcoin. They don't care about Bitcoin. Most people in crypto don't hold Bitcoin. You know, they hold altcoins. The altcoins are down, flushing down 50%. Now for all-time highs. Sure, why not? We've seen 64 to 30, so it could be it could have been worse. It could have been worse. We don't know. We don't know. So we're still waiting for this to play out a little bit. And right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm still waiting for this channel up here. I'm gonna just remove a couple of lines so you see that's better. I'm still waiting for. This is the only thing I'm looking for right now, and I'm expecting this channel to break towards the upside. And once this actually breaks towards the upside, I'm becoming, you know, dump is done. I won't say that we won't go down lower, but what I'm gonna say is that, you know, once it actually goes up here towards the upside, the dump is technically done right now, because what's happening right now, we got this bounce with a big flush into the capitulation move, and right now we are going into in for this, you know, retest up here at the top. It's only if you can actually get outside of here that, yeah, you know, I would say that the dump is done, because if this does this over here and continues towards downside up here, especially down over here, this is, you know, might continue cascading into something worse. But right now I'm looking for this move towards upside, and then, you know, I would consider this dump down, but not just yet. A little bit more, a little bit more. Anyways, guys, there is one more year left. We got, you know, super moons from October, you know, September, October, November, no, October, November, December, or something like that. We got super moons up there. We know where the top is gonna be. How we get there, that's the question. But, you know, the slash part is the worst. You know, the dumps are bigger. The fate of people is on the edge, and it goes very fast if it goes. Have a great day, TLI. Greens Goblin, have a day at you as well. Remember Bitcoin flash crash back 2020, 21 from 60 to 40. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Big dumps happens, but we are in crypto. We know that. We don't care. We've been here. Like, guys, imagine this. If you're hodling spot, not leverage. If you're hodling spot, yeah, you know that Bitcoin in 5 years right now, because 4 year cycles, we got a 1 year left of this cycle, so plus 4 years. In 5 years, Bitcoin's gonna be like 200, 300, 400k, you know, at that point. You know, everything's gonna go up eventually. It only depends how long can you hodl. How long can you hodl? Right? Now, we got 1 year left of the bull market. So there is that. Guys, I'll see you around. Thank you for stopping by. Just a quick update, because, you know, it's been a while since we did Bitcoin Daily. And, you know, take care. By the way, let's see how this poll played out. 55% of people think that, where is it? I don't know, let me just do this like this over here. There we go. 55% of people out of 40 votes, so 22%, 22 guys, think 1924. But 44 think it's done. I hope I convinced you a little bit that it's done. But I don't know. You know, you do your money, I'll do my money. So there is that. Crash more than COVID crash, the FTX crash also. Doesn't matter. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you around, you know, and, you know, enjoy. Just know that, you know, there is fear in the market. There is a lot of FUD all over the place. You know, mainstream media is, you know, pushing one after another bad news on the markets right now. You know, blood is on the streets. We can, paper hands cannot handle it. They are selling. Leverage people are getting, you know, crapped all over the place. Even if you have just like 3x leverage, you're getting, you know, you're getting liquidated, margin called, like, you know what. And just know that this kind of, you know, state of crypto, when there is a huge fear, it cannot persist for a very, very long time. There is a small part where this, you know, the fear is the biggest, and then, you know, just like kind of, you know, kind of settles down, stuff goes over, and, you know, summer comes around and everybody's happy again. I'll see you around, guys. Take care. Bye bye.